Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. Today, it might not be Monday, but I figured, let's just do randomizer anyway, right? We didn't do it this week because, funny patch notes yesterday, but might as well send it through at least a little bit, since, Mirror Dungeon is about to end. Last chance to do this Mirror Dungeon, so let's just give it a roll, see what we get. I forgot to choose the prescripts, whoops. Why did I not select that? I don't know, luckily I can just restart. Do I want to try anything funny while I'm here? No, we'll just roll with normal stuff. That'll work. Replace one sinner of your choice with Sloshing Ishmael, of course. The Return. Running Tremor. Priestcrag with only Legger Domain. That's funny. Installment Yesawing. You. I don't know, who's funniest to replace with Sloshmail? I kind of like this team in general, because there's a lot of units I feel like I wouldn't use in something like this. Let's just replace, like, Zvio Sinclair with Sloshmail, though, because they're basically the same ID. They're very similar in usefulness. That's for sure. Yeah, so I saw Sinclair, replace him with Sloshmail, others will send this. It also means we'll run Ishmael with no egos, I guess, because we didn't have any Ishmael egos, like, selected for us. That'll work, okay. I guess we might want to go for the Tremor stuff, but it'll only be him and it'll only be Sinclair and Sloshmail, right? So, like, it's never going to be good at all. Oh well. Give me a second to build the team, then we're going to get into it. Alright, the team has been assembled. We've got everyone selected here. Simple enough, and let's get into it, right? See, floor 1, we're going to be going second option. Alright, okay. Automated factory. Alright, we can just go for, like... We can grab Wound Claret or something, maybe. How well can we use that, actually? Because I assume... Not very well, God. Not very well whatsoever. We'll see. Let's see, as far as order goes, it's, you, and finally you. Alright. Seems good. Let's send it, right? See how it goes. Start with Tremor EU gifts. They're not super major things to start out with, all things considered, but, like, we can get Reverberation going if we get enough hits with Oscillating Bracelets, so that's... I mean, it's nice, right? Not as good as with, like, a general use as, say, like, Fluorescent Lamp from Rupture, but still, Tremor's something you can really run EUGS for on pretty much any team. I think I haven't used Yusong in a while. I kind of only run him on Sinking, and I haven't run Sinking too much recently, because Sinking hasn't gotten anything recently, and it's probably not going to get anything for a long while. Yeah. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Sinking will get, like, something. I can't really imagine them getting anything anytime soon, though, so yeah. Oh well. They're set. So I haven't really used Solomon Yesawing too much as of late. He's funny, though. I'm sure I'll use him when the inevitable full gun team bit comes when we get next wall purchase. I guess I'll probably use Sinking, in a new Mirror Dungeon at least once, right? There'll be new Sinking gifts, to some degree at least. We'll see how many new egos it ends up being. Do we... I don't know. So I'm recording this a little early, in case you're wondering. So I haven't seen the actual patch notes yet, because I am going to be gone for Thanksgiving, from, like, Tuesday through Friday. So I'm not going to be able to do the Mirror Dungeon until Saturday. I'll plan on streaming it on Saturday, though. I'll make sure I, like, schedule it. Like, it'll probably be scheduled by the time this comes out. Like, sometime, like, midday on Saturday, probably, I'll stream new Mirror Dungeon. And we'll see how that goes, right? Should be fun. For the time being, just gonna do the last few runs of the Mirror Dungeon. I also said of the season, not quite. We already did the last runs of, like, the last season, like, when the last season ended. Yeah. New Mirror Dungeon, new me, right? As they say. Nice. Smack the 100 monsters there to earn extra points. Love extra points. I love winning extra points for hitting these sad people, right? Just what I wanted to see. Yeah, I don't know. Cool. Yeah, these guys, there's not a lot to say against these random guys, right? An unfortunate floor 1, because it's a bit of a long floor 1, while also being pretty uneventful. And it might be even longer. Like, genuinely, probably the longest floor 1 in the case of if you get Hurley, right? I think, because Unloving at least has, like, a short, like, first part of the floor to make up for the long boss. But there, it's like a longer floor 1 on top of a longer boss. But if you get Clippity-Cloppity, then you're probably fine. You know what? I'll take it. I like the vision. We've got some bleed, right? And we're gonna be getting Wound Clear at the end of this floor, right? So we can definitely do some decent stuff with that. We've got Priest Gregor. He's bleed, of course. Your bleed. I think all your skill 1s bleed. I think your skill 2 and 3 aren't, but it's still something. Your bleed, and your skill 2 is Wrath, so you'd also be able to use Wound Clear there. I don't know. It could work. It could work. With, like, could being, like, underlined, like, several times because, like, I might just be coping. And it might be a bad choice entirely, but, what's a little bit of tomfoolery ever done to hurt someone, right? It'll be fine. A little bit of white gossip on a team that can't bleed too hard. Energy current on the 50 HP guy, little overkill. Which is what you like to see. Crystal Flash, like, was that like exact damage? That guy might have been like 53 HP or something. I think it was like 1 or 2 off of exact damage of killing. That's funny. Unfortunately, we didn't kill everyone that turn, so it's not going to make a difference, but... you'll die. It's heavy. Oh, that didn't kill you. Okay, well, Purify then. It's purified. Nice. We'll take it. And we'll run with that. Let's see if we can get a Gossipian ++. That's a pretty solid play. And also Oscillating Bracelet just for more Tremor builder. Because this also is Wrath Synergy, right? For, that Slosh Mill skill 2, more Tremor Potency Infliction. Really, all the Tremor's doing for us is triggering Reverberation for, like, the debuffs on enemies. But, that's a decent enough thing to strive for, I'd say. I do say. Good sir. Okay, yeah. It's this guy. Who would have thought? You do something like that, sure. That'll work, probably. We'll do solid damage to both of them. 230 HP on each of them is rough. Hitting a couple strong attacks on the top one and a couple of weaker attacks on the bottom one. Maybe it'll even out to be good. We'll see. Priest Greg's, a little low because that's his entire gimmick. As it so be. Okay, nice. Top guy's staggered. And bottom guy, all staggered. Okay, they're both staggered. So they get their bleed, they get their debuffs, that sort of fun stuff. Need to clash you a little bit more. We'll hit you with like a rip and like that. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Something like that should be good. Cool. At least everyone's max Sandy, which is nice. Greg passive probably helps out a bunch with that. We've definitely got enough loss to have it triggered, so our SP is just increasing a bunch every turn. So that's nice. Okay, cool. And I believe Priest Greg should be able to take the bottom one down to 1 HP. So that's good. I guess also Solemn Lament, helps out a lot for Sanity too. That's true. We've got some solid Sandy helpers on this team, don't we? That's nice. Wanted to lean into it more. Maybe I could have gone for like the Great Faust passive or something. Not that'd be super necessary. But yeah, next turn we'll get our shenanigans rolling. We'll hit you with some stuff that stacks some bleed. Just because it's nice. Yeah, we'll We'll do that with you too, though. Yeah, cool. You're just gonna do some random damage. Probably should have saved Merso's skill 3. But, like, it doesn't matter too much because, like... Oh, yeah, we straight up don't have any slash synergies with it, do we? Yeah, Merso's the only person on this entire team that's got any slash skills. Huh. So yeah, Energy Current, getting a slash fragility. Oh no, Energy Current's a defense level down. It's a skill 2 that's a slash fragility. So yeah, his defense level down would have still been helpful. Never mind then. But his skill 2 slash fragility really does not help us at all. Yeah. Well, since we don't have Wound Clear, we actually weren't stacking bleed like at all. Well, we investigate the factory. We just need to kill you here, so that's easy enough. Oh, you. Who are you going for? You, okay. We can hit you with that. Alright. That should work. We'll do a bunch of damage to you. We've actually got a lot of weak skills this turn, so I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to take you down this turn. We'll stagger you at least, so that's nice. Does Wound Clear mess stuff up against staggering this guy? It probably does, doesn't it? That would check out. Oh well. If I'm right on that, then just gotta live with it. Not much else to do. Okay, it doesn't. Alright. I was like, how does it work? No, it's turn end like that. It checks this. Well, when Claire it is later turn end. You'll see, live in, no, skip. Proceed, no, skip. Skip, continue. Okay, cool. Now everyone can die, so that's good. Gawky Nailing will finish you off. Bit of that. That should work. I think they should all die here. Good Banausaur and you alone should just kill Hurtley instantly. Feel like that's probably gonna happen. I guess he's actually taking it decently. Okay, so it wasn't enough on its own. He may resist Slaw instantly for all I know. I don't really remember his resistance as much at all. Oh yeah, you're just being hit by that. Yeah, so it's not doing too much damage. Merso should be able to finish the bottom one, probably, maybe? I don't know. Don't know if we've got enough damage to kill Hurtley himself here, though. We should, because this is a double hit, right? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, this is definitely killing. Surely. Resistance might play into... Okay. With the tails, definitely not. With the heads, maybe, although I don't know if it would have been enough. Yeah, it's just you left. And you died to Moth. Okay. Well, that works. Because you could have used the funny skill 3 for Gregor. Not that we needed to, but funny to see we got the mask at like the very end. Well, we get our wound declared now. We'll be able to upgrade that to floor 3. That's alright. What? No, I'm trying to... Okay. Give me my cost. I like money. And what floor are we going? Middle? Okay, Nagel and Hammer, sure. We can grab Nixie Divergence, and then we'll be able to keep Tremor maintained fairly easily. I do think. Because, like, I guess Sloshmo Skill 3 does Ruin count pretty hard. I was going to say, do we have anyone here that's super bad for Tremor count? Yeah. You burst it and hurt it a lot, so yeah. Your Skill 3, bit of a nuisance. Maybe try to avoid it as much as we can or something. Of course she's not bad. Good thing now there's something, and then that'll be pretty manageable. No Skill 3 for you. Greg can get another Skill 3. We'll take it. Getting him more Skill 3s isn't always, like, the best play. Like, because, it's got, like, the downside of, meaning that he's gonna have a lot harder of a time building up his Bloodied Hand to get the, special Skill 3 conditionals going, but I think he can live without that for at least a little bit. I don't know. Just my thoughts on the matter at hand. My thoughts and prayers and opinions and the like and whatnot, forsooth. Yeah, we got Compass there because we might be able to do some funny syncing stuff with D-Song. Not fully sure. But, like, it'll make it so we can stack some syncing. Yi-Song can probably make use of it. Right? I don't know. Don't know how big of a deal it'll be, but might as well take it, right? And they're all dead. Cool. Yeah, tearing through these guys. We're going for a bit of bleed, bit of tremor, bit of sinking, right? A lot of various things is what we're going for this run. Trying to make the most of every status pick we have. Why do I go bottom path? I don't know why I didn't just go middle. Autopiloting, I guess. It happens.
두려움을 모르는 건 나쁘지 않습니다만
see.
무식하게 돌격하실 거라면 전 빠지겠습니다.
한잔 아니
깨달음을 얻으셨고 이단을 그다지 유쾌하진 않군요.
방망이 대신
잠들게.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다.
Keep on shooting those guys. Keep on killing these guys. They should all go down pretty easily.
갑니다.
They've got a bunch of their debuffs and stuff from being staggered and getting unstaggered by Gossipium. Like, it's just so much defense and offense level down that, like, they might as well be staggered. Like, the big issue with not being staggered isn't the fact that people attack, it's that they aren't weak to everything, right? At least in my opinion, right? It kind of depends on the fight and, like, what team you're using, that sort of thing, but the fact that the unstaggering means that you're doing normal damage instead, like, fatal damage to their weakness to them, like, with, like, neutral stuff, means it is a pretty big damage down for most teams. Even if their clash power is significantly nerfed, that you should still be able to win clashes with a lot of ease. It is I really like Gossipium. It's a very interesting ego gift. Because, like, it really only works in the context of Mirror Dungeon, right? Like, without, like, Wound Claret or other, like, Red Gossipium, stuff that's super stupid for, like, count and stuff, it doesn't give any count. It used to give count. In case you're unaware, before Mirror Dungeon 3, I think that's the one that changed it, probably. I think so. Mirror Dungeon 1 and 2, White Gossipium gave potency and a bit of count. And it gave, like, what, like, 3-4 count usually? Like, it was enough to make it so, like, the bleed potency inflicted by Gossipium really mattered. I think in exchange it didn't do the offensive defense level stuff. So it was better for bleed, but, like, worse for, like, clashing, right? And it could hurt you on that front. Like, change it with Mirror Dungeon 3 alongside, like, a handful of other gifts that got changed, like Tattoo and, like, what else got changed? Not a lot of stuff, that's for sure. Most Yu gifts have remained pretty, like, the same throughout the entirety of Limbus's runtime. But there's been a couple here and there that have gotten buffed or nerfed in various updates. Really, none of them have been, like, super nerfed, technically. Like, the only ones that I'd say have been, like, nerfed is, like, obviously, like, Chicken Breast and, like, the Chicken Drumstick. They got nerfed from, like, the, that's, like, factoring in, like, the Hell's Chicken Dungeon variant into Mirror Dungeon 4, right? Because it was 5 count instead of 3. It's still stupid insane. It's still absolutely insane that it's something you can just get. Because it makes, you know, because Burn and Rupture are already really funnily, like, easy to maintain in Mirror Dungeon thanks to various things. Burn's easy to maintain always, but just that amount of count just makes it super easy to manage and stupid for, Glimpse of Flames, too. Rupture's a bit more trouble, but, like, stuff like Thunder Branch and, like, that sort of thing can help out a lot, but Chicken Breast makes it so easy. It makes sense they got nerfed, because, like, that wasn't, like, from Mirror Dungeon to Mirror Dungeon. That was Story Dungeon to Mirror Dungeon, which is a little different. I think you could argue, like, Wound Claret's changed a bit of a nerf in some ways. Or not Wound White Gossipium's was a bit of a nerf in some ways because it changed, like, it removed the bleed count stuff. And, like, Tattoo also got a change that had, like, upsides but downsides, because it's next turn, but it's got a cap now, right? So, like, whether or not that's something you're actively, like, a fan of definitely depends on how you use, like, Tattoo and stuff like that. I think Tattoo is better now, but it's also a lot weaker. It's not as strong for, like, solos now. What is it, middle? Yeah, middle. Okay, cool. We can get Green Spirit here. Sure thing. I'll take it. It'll work. More Tremor's nice. We can get a rest off here, though, so we can get, like, Wound Player to ++, Carmilla to ++. We've got a lot of stuff I want to upgrade, right? Nice. Do we go for Compass? I think let's go for Compass next. If we get lucky, we can upgrade something else. No, okay, that's fine. A little bit of sinking, because Carmilla we really don't need to upgrade, yeah. Okay, that's just, no one will cry. You don't take NDI, sure. NDI is when you get hit by attacks, right? It's not when you take any damage. I assume so, right? If it was any damage, then Priest Gregor could not use this, but I think it's when you get hit by an attack. Ally takes HP. Oh, that's awful. Wait. I don't think I really paid attention to the fact that it's takes HP damage. Huh. So you just can't use it on Priest Gregor, since he takes HP damage
하기 위하여
every turn. Right? Like,
해결사가 혈귀를 때려잡는 어트랙션이 있어도 되는 거야?
you don't have to use, like, his skill 3 is, or like,
영역을 상징하는 것
I guess technically is like guard also. If you only skill 3 and guard, if you only use his lust stuff, then he could theoretically get NDA going, but like, why would you? That's unfortunate. I assume that's how it works, right? Because HP damage includes status effects and stuff, I assume. I presume. Also means like certain fights, if you get like undealable, like, it's just gonna get worse in Mirror Dungeon 5, isn't it? Because we're gonna get like some like unbreakable coins here and there that you're going to guaranteed be hit by at some points. Like, we'll see how much they put in from Mirror Dungeon or from Kanto 7. There's gonna be at least like some of the grunts, at least like Barber, like Diabnos, maybe Blood Fiend Trio. I could see Blood Fiend Trio being like the super final like hard only floor boss, right? Kind of like similar to how Nelly was for the hard mode like Kanto 6 floor, right? I could see it. Blood Fiend Trio could be interesting to see in Mirror Dungeon. Kind of like a... It's like the Quad Trio, but a different kind of threatening. And by that I mean less threatening, but like maybe in Mirror Dungeon it'll be more threatening, right? It's possible. We'll see.
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
Should be fine no matter what it is, because like you can just not go to the floor if you don't want to go to the floor. So even if there's a lot of rude unclashable stuff, should be fine. Issue is going to be if they're going to be like in other floor packs, right? Which they probably will be to some extent, yeah. Just because of how it works. Like you go to the Lost Floor and you get some of those. Okay. That's not very good for us, but sure, I'll take it.
시간 됐네.
We'll, accept your kind, generous gift. Game. Even if it's awful and abysmal for what we're going for. But you know, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, like stuff like if you get like a bunch of unbreakables in like generic packs, like that you couldn't know about, that could be a bit annoying. But like everyone's gonna get fully revived every floor from now on, so it's really not that big of a deal. Like each floor you go up, your entire team gets revived. So if you take a death here and there, not that big of a deal. So they can definitely turn up the difficulty a little bit on various things to some degree, but it's Mirror Dungeon already. Like in Mirror Dungeon Hard already, even without unbreakables and stuff like that, like you can still die instantly to like a bit of medical malpractice, such as getting hit by like any skill. On like the later floors, you could just die instantly if it's like a multi-coin stuff. Not as rough as it was earlier Mirror Dungeons, granted, but it still definitely can happen. Especially if you don't have like fusion gift stuff going to like, give you a bunch of like random damage, stuff like that. If you're not running a status effect in Mirror Dungeon Hard, like, you're probably suffering a little bit, which is unfortunate, but it's how the game's designed, so it makes enough sense. So, send that, and nice. Another good old victory. That's what we like to see. And you, I mean, that's burn, sure. We'll take it. Maybe we get enough burn going to get Ardent Flower. The correct answer is no, we can't because we don't have burn count, but you know, something thought that counts. We've got some lust, so we can get some burns, like, potency going around, but unless we get dust to dust, we don't even have any burn IDs. I don't think I actively want to pursue the burn idea. God. We desperately do need, more burn stuff, though. Like, I don't know, none of the stuff on the roadmap seemed super burny, right? Like, Full Stop's probably gonna be Rupture. Deviat's Rupture, of course. Sancho Dawn's gonna be Bleed. I guess Magic Bullet Ego is gonna be burn. That's something, I guess, but it's also an ego. It's almost certainly gonna be synchronization, because, every single Walpurgis ego so far has been pretty accurate to the actual game, to the actual Ruina version, right? Like, Regret doing, like, all the stagger damage funnies. It's not in, like, giving you, like, the violence passive effectively with, like, the power down, coin power up. That sort of stuff, very accurate. Obviously, Wingbeat doing the reuse thing and all the healing and stuff. Sanguine Desire having, like, the bleed count to go down thing for a turn. Solemn Lament with all its funny shots. Like, all of that's been pretty accurate to the Runa depictions, so Magic Bullet's probably going to be a synchronization ego, simply just because, like, that's what it was in Runa, right? We'll see, though. I could definitely see it being for, like, someone like Faust or something. Like, I don't know, it wasn't super obvious who it was from the actual, like, image. If it is Synchro, though, they're not going to give it to Otis, right? But I could see it being for someone like Faust, like, someone who's gotten nothing good for burn yet. Because her game plan would be to use that so she gets, like, 3 turns of a burn ID effectively, and then she goes back at the end, but then she can use it again if need be, right? Something like that. I don't know. Synchronization egos could be cool to see. Issue if they gave it to Faust, though, is, like, it would probably be a he. Unless they made it a Vav. It would be her second Vav if so, but, like, it would be a very solid choice for a second Vav, because it would be replacing a very strong ego, don't get that wrong, but, one that you don't want on, like, you don't necessarily want on every single, like, team, right? So you can either, like, run, like, Everlasting for Tremor, or you could just run, or you can run Magic Bullet for Burn, something like that, right? But if they make it a he, it's kind of doomed to, forever. Right? I don't know. Oh, I could see it being Synchro. We'll see. It's still, like, a month away. But that's like the only burn thing we're getting in the near future. 2 Tails, that's a little bit rude. It's alright, though. You're fine. Neither of the, like, events this season seem super burny. Like, sweepers are definitely going to be, like, bleed or rupture, depending on which way they take them. We have no idea what, like, the checkup event is going to be, because, like, we don't even know what IDs we're going to be getting. Right? It could be anything. If it does end up that we get, like, Distortion Detective IDs, though, then, like, I could definitely see, like, an Ezra ID being Burn. Because she does love the Stigma Workshop weaponry. That's, like, her most used weapon in Distortion Detective, is the Stigma Sword. She'd probably be, like, a bit of, like, a little bit of everything, because of Ezra's entire gimmick being that she likes a bunch of random weapons, though. And I don't know if we would get an Ezra ID. I'm still definitely, like, a little bit, like, overly hopeful on that, I want to say. It's not, like, super guaranteed or anything in any sense. But, like, Moses and Ezra IDs could be cool. We're at the point where, like, we're definitely, like, roughly on strength with them. As far as, like, basic stuff goes. Like, not on strength with, like, them at their, like, fullest. Like, Moses at her fullest is probably, like, a grade 1 fixer or something like that. But, like, current day Moses is grade 5, Ezra's, like, grade 3. That's, like, the vague space that we are in right now, yeah? Because, like, it's not 1-for-1, but usually, like, association sections are, like, roughly equal to that of fixer grades, right? And we're getting, like, some section 3 stuff now, which is roughly grade 3. It's usually plus or minus 1, depending on, like, someone's, like, strength. Like, the leader of an association might be, like, a grade above the rest, or, like, maybe a new hires under or something like that. It's not super, like, consistent, like, exactly, but, like, that's, like, the roughly how it is. So, like, Ezra would make sense from that sort of thing. Like, modern Ezra, modern Moses. Moses would probably end up being, like, Poise or something. Lead nice. Cool. Dawn got hit a bit, but small praise to play. Ain't that right? Yeah, other than that, like, nothing super burny on the horizon. Maybe some random Season 0 stuff. Maybe Trace Association. Maybe, or if anything, it's going to be like Leo North. I know, but I can cope. Another 10 billion Leo IDs. Isn't that right? Let's see. We're going for 4th option here. Cool. That's Bleed Floor. Okay. Interesting. Give them a little taste of their own medicine. Ain't that right? Yeah, that's Gossipium. Okay. We're gonna Gossipium this Gossipium. I mean, I think Gossipium already Gossipiums itself. Actually, I don't know if Gossipium is. I know Gossipium's the centers. So we are both going to be Gossipiumified. Fragment of Allurement, funny. Anything really funny we want here? Midwinter Nightmare, that's not bad. We can get Heathcliff in a skill 3 too. That's also not bad. I'll go for that. That'll work. That'll do, donkey. Sure, we'll take these guys. This is a Snake Inquisitors. That's for sure. At least one of them, right? Probably both, yeah. This fight, simple enough. Feels like we're going a little overkill with all of our attacks here, but that's part of the fun. We've got some Pierce strong skills, so we're doing a lot of damage in general to these guys. Nice, stagger, and then Gregor should be able to take down the arm. Cool. Yeah, a little overkill, didn't even get the third coin off, but that's fine. It's funny, and that's what matters. Compared to this guy, we might not be doing as much damage here. Kind of relying on Dawn, because she's the Pierce one. She's actually hitting the weakness. But, like, these guys, I think, might resist Gluttony. I'm not fully sure. 7 HP. Moths might do the job. Not quite. Okay, well, we just... Alright, be like that. That's fine. We're getting kills here, so, like, it's no worry whatsoever. Pop that on you just in case Merso fails to kill, because I feel like he might fail to kill if we didn't. If we didn't do that, the Inquisitor would have gotten the guard off and probably would have been able to tank the skill 1 thanks to that. If it had anything over a 5, which it probably would have. Not gonna staggered, so like good damage. Could die pretty easily next turn. Yeah, a lot of bleed. Okay, cool. In the meanwhile, pop our strong attacks on you. Yep, that'll work. Top guy dies to bleed if nothing else. Bottom guy might not die, but we're using 3 skill 3s and fairly solid ones of that. Because this is a little bit defense level down. Not too much because we don't have too much charge, but you'll take more damage from Merso and Yisong, which should be a death sentence. Very much a death sentence, yeah. Because you're staggered now, so you're taking fatal damage stuff. And here's the fun part. You're weak to Pierce, you're weak to Sloth. 4 Coiner. You've got like 5 Fragile, like 4 defense level down. Explode. Cool. And I had a bleed against Ishmael. Yep. Oh, not even bleed. The fact that... Because the Snake Inquisitors take damage on skill use. Because their skills are like, yeah, do 10 damage to self. In their second form, so... Yeah, just die to your on-skill use damage. Don't mind if I do. Slash weak. I mean, this is probably going to be like Oofy. Or I guess I should say Ring Oofy. Or we're going to just be Ting Ting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense too. I was expecting a little more, so being like, yeah, it's probably going to be Ring Oofy, and then just seeing Ting Ting guy is a little underwhelming, that's for sure. But, that's fine. They die pretty easily. To my pure might. My undefiable prowess in combat. Or something. Yeah. Okay. They're gonna die, right? Like, there's not much else to say about these guys. They're gonna get staggered, they're gonna get a bunch of bleed, they're gonna bleed to death. And that's just gonna be the cycle, right? Endless now. Yeah, make this guy sad too while we're at it. And you know, just straight make him sad and kill him in the process. Got too sad. Sometimes, you know, you get too sad, and if you do, you explode into like a big blood explosion. Good old blood explosion spell. One of my favorites. Nice. You bleed to death? Cool. Oh no, you don't, because you only had 1 count, so you're out of bleed. Okay, well, Merso cuts you in half then. Close enough. Nice. We're gaming. I haven't even been, like, trying to use Priest Gregor properly, like, at all, have I? Kind of funny on my part. Like, I haven't used his defensive skill once, because, like, we're just killing people. That's all it is we're doing. We're just killing people. That's what we do best. Around these parts.
관찰한 결과죠.
Yeah, we'll be able to get you easily enough, sure.
시키는 대로
First
했어.
aid kit in case... I mean, that'll actually trigger on Kreger fairly frequently. Maybe we should try and get smoke and wires just so we can bleed to death. I think that could be enjoyable.
해결사가
Even smoke and wires isn't enough to have him bleed to death usually, though. He's just gonna heal back up. But if you try it hard enough, you can probably bleed to death, right? If you're not using this defensive skill, so he's 3 HP on that guy. I think that guy's getting hit by Dawn though, so I think still dead. What are they saying though? I don't remember. Hey, like he'll still heal up a bunch. If you don't use like defense skill or anything though, Priest Geiger will still probably die sooner or later
모을 필요는 없겠군요.
because of how it goes. Maybe that 1-3 HP guy will die to like. Oh, he did die. Okay, cool. I didn't see him die. I was like, oh, Dawn didn't go for him. I guess someone else might have gone for him. Did Mersa or someone go for him? I didn't see it. 3 HP guy did die though, so that's quaint. That's quite nice to see, I must say. I must say. Yeah, you're almost dead. Good old gun does the job. And they're all dead. Cool. Yippee. Victory screech. Okay. We get... Okay, that's actually nice. This will do a lot of damage to Gossipium, right? Any avenue that's got like a single body part. Oh, there's smoke and wires actually. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. We'll just send it then. Don't need to do anything else here. Yeah, anything that's got a single body part that's decently in size, Contract does a lot too. And Gossipium, definitely a good example of that, right? Like, I mean, if we look at this, like, yeah, look at that. The body's got 1800 HP, so we are going to do 600 damage with the Contract. So once we stagger you, you might just straight up die. I don't think quite, but you'll be on the brink, we'll say. Haven't need to ego yet. Will that change? Who are you going for with that? Yeah, okay. That's fine. Sure, send it. We'll do our damage here, potentially stack up some decent bleed, maybe. I think it's a little bit hopeful to do so, honestly. Like, if nothing else, your sinking's already stacked up quite nicely. Yeah, that doesn't have any bleed on it. Okay, so you're gonna run out of bleed here, that's fine. Because we'll stack a bunch more of it up with Gregor. Because, yeah, he's actually got some bleed count infliction on the skill 3, right? So you're at 5 bleed count now. Should be enough to last you a little bit. You're weak to energy current, too, so that's nice. Even if it's not, you know, helping us out actually in the defense level down section, because you don't have the charge for that, but still helpful. Gonna clash those for... Okay, that's a bleed skill, so that's what you want to see. And we've got another skill 3 in Gregor. Okay, cool. Should be nice. Should be able to stack some more bleed count with Heathcliff's skill 1, so you shouldn't run out too easily. The Tremor is actually, like, not bad here. We've actually removed the stagger threshold a decent bit already, it seems. Huh. Yeah, the Contract damage is going to be incredible, though. Yeah, look at that. 600 damage from the Contract. You just die this turn. Kim's another example of a boss that really dies to it. Anything that's single part usually has a lot of HP on that one part, so stagger it, get Contract going, and they just explode. It's pretty nice, I must say. Forsooth. And we get a reward. Second to last mirror dungeon 4 done. We'll take our levels for it. 344. Don't worry about Cracker. He does that sometimes. Okay, 9 boxes. And we can do our daily pulls, though. Love gambling. I just love gambling. 1 star, cool. We got a 3-star. Was it yesterday? Well, for me, I mean, what a last episode I think it was, which has been a couple of days at this point, but we got a 3-star recently, so oh, just getting another one a pretty low. Yeah, okay. 1 star kind of day. That's fine. That works out well. Wait, we got Ufi Heathcliff last time. That's what it was. Right. But yeah, once again, Slosh Mill showed up. Wasn't particularly the star of the show. We used the Bleed and the Sinking Drift and the Tremor to a fair degree each, which is cool. Like, nice to see the run where we actually use each of those things to at least a minor degree, you know? I like that kind of like hybrid, and that's part of the fun part of randomizing like your team is that like you don't have a clear like through line most of the time, so you just kind of gotta like slightly go into like a bunch of different things, and it results in some pretty interesting runs sometimes. But anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!